Okay. We're live.
Yes.
Just a reminder that we're being recorded and it's going to the cloud.
Okay, it's 6:03 PM, call to order, and we're gonna organize for the 2026 to elect new officers.
So since there's just two of us, do you want to do it? Do you want to be the president of the council? It's a serious question, Dave.
I get it, I'm thinking about giving you a serious answer, I don't know yet. Does that have to be decided tonight?
Yes.
What all, does it entail?
You have to run the meetings and then all the documents that come through that have to be signed, you have to sign them.
And deal with the USDA.
Yeah.
The ID and.
You're also technically the head executive,
Yeah.
I'm also what?
the head executive.
The head executive, I see.
Or the beheaded executive.
Is that what you are now?
At the courthouse.
Are you trying to step down from that?
No, I've just given you the opportunity.
I think what I should do is probably spend some more time being involved in it, see how it works.
Probably.
I'm not scared to do it, but
It's not that big a deal. But if you don't want to do it, if you want to learn this year, you just go ahead and nominate me and then we'll,
okay, I nominate you.
okay, all in favor.
All in favor, say aye.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't trying to railroad you.
That's fine.
It was close.
There's, this stuff I had, there used to be, well, there's an outfit, an organization called AIM, and every year they publish and update this handbook for elected officials. So here's some reading material for you,
Oh, good.
kind of tell you what you can do and what you can't do. And one of the main things is if I see you at the post office, I can say, "Hi, Dave. We can't talk about anything about the town. That's an illegal meeting."
I see.
Okay. So if you need information you want to get to me, it has to go through Val. And if I have information to get to you, and we can't make any decisions on anything, that'll have to go through Val also.
Okay.
So I will nominate Dave Johnson to be the vice president of the Fulton Town Council.
Okay, all in favor?
Yeah. Okay, moving right along. You guys got anything for us? You know Brian?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
We know each other.
okay,
Okay.
Yeah. Septic so far seems to be fine, no issues.
okay. Everything out at the lagoon seems to be okay? Because the only reason I'm asking, it seems like every spring we end up finding something and having to spend a lot of money,
The
so
only,
hopefully don't have to this
I'm
year.
keeping an eye on one thing with the generator here in town. You know, it's supposed to do a Monday startup, run for a little bit. Well, last Monday did fine. The other Mondays it didn't, and one of those nights we lost power. I got out of bed, went over and had to kick it on.
Okay,
You know, and remember 2 years ago, they had to replace the main switch.
this is at the lift station or the one?
Here in town.
Okay, this one out here is okay, isn't it, the new one for the community building? Other than the wind kind of did number on the fence,
I
right?
got it back up,
Okay,
but no, this generator works fine.
okay.
It's just the one over here in town.
Well, if we need to get a service guy in here to look at it,
Yeah.
Who have you guys used in the past
Have-
for your gin sets?
Uh,
Who have you guys used in the past for your gin sets? For this one, like,
at Everpar, out of Fort Wayne.
let's see.
See, the one there at the lift station in town here, they're, Generac dealers installing and stuff, but that's an industrial. So it has to be done through Everpar because they're training industrial.
That has a V10 Ford engine in it.
Mhm.
So,
So is my company truck, that's probably where it starts sometimes.
Yeah,
well, there you go. But,
so as far as you know, I noticed we got some siding over here on the end of the building that needs a little fist.
every once in a while, I'll do that, I'll stop driving, go out there.
Pop them back in. Okay. We do need to, the guy there in the Chevy hat's Tom Jordan. He's our licensed sewer guru and tester. So we need to renew his contract, for the upcoming year, at, cost of $13.50 per month. And he's been doing this for a long time, and when we brought Tom on board, it's actually a cost savings because we're not paying the lab to do the testing since he can do it,
I see.
so. I would, entertain a motion to renew Tom's contract.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, I'll second, all in favor? Borrow your pen.
Just Twitters, I apologize.
That's okay.
What is the contract? Is it usually annually?
Yes. There's our copy. Oh, here's your copy. Thank you. No, thank you. Okay, Val, you got an ordinance for us? Is that in this?
And this is here. Ordinance 1-20-2026-1.
Okay, ordinance 1-20-26-1 to transfer $10,000 from the general fund into the rainy day fund.
And the transfer is for what?
It's just leftover money from last year that we can put into the rainy day fund in case something comes up.
Something drastic.
Yeah. Which anymore, $10,000 doesn't cover much drastic.
That's for sure.
Yeah. So, and that's the maximum allowed, right?
Yes, it used to be more, but yes,
Yeah.
it's changed. Certain percentage of the full bank account.
Do you feel you need to put the maximum in there each year? I mean, if the maximum allowable is 10,000, is that what you feel needs to be transferred over there?
Yeah.
I guess I make a motion when we transfer it over there then.
Okay, I'll second. All in favor? Anything else?
And just bills and.
Okay. Tom, you got anything?
No, we're not discharging anymore, we'll probably discharge one more time before April. Be
Okay.
done for the summer.
When you close the valve, it closed.
Yeah, I kinda had to,
Right.
I went out next day and checked the ditch out there, and there's a little stream coming out, and I'm like, you shouldn't do that. So I
Right.
backed it open and slammed it again, so now it's.
Crush those turtle bones that were in there.
My, well, I found out there. Fish. In the pit.
How'd that get in there? Some bird drop it or eagle drop it or something?
Salamanders out there.
Huh. How was it?
Ninja salad.
Hi, Matt. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. You got anything for us?
I have the last couple months monthlies made up, but
Okay.
I don't know. This is my first time, so I don't know
Oh,
what you
okay.
need or what. you
Usually
want.
you just give us a copy of that and we, read it.
Okay.
Matt, picture. Okay. Okay. This is for the month, November. Okay, for 37.5 hours, drove 102 miles. Used. We had one traffic written warning. And basically it was all just patrolled, right?
For the month of November,
Yeah,
I believe so. I don't think I
Okay.
had any. I believe that was the month we got rid of the camper. I
yes,
would say that was the
Yeah.
ordinance that we had, down there in the lot.
yeah,
We gotten that taken care of. I think that was the big thing for the month down there, was just getting rid of that. We had some traffic things but nothing major. Had some parking issues with the snow removal that we had in December, January we had with that. I talked to Brian about that, and we got those taken care of, but no issues with anything.
okay. It's, from my perspective, it's been pretty quiet, so. But the weather's gonna warm up and, Saturday and Sunday, there were a lot of people out milling around, which is okay, but I didn't hear of anything or. And do you have a question?
Do you use different officers down here, Matt, from time to time?
I'm the only one that is, we have, I believe, two other officers that are actually on the books per se, but
As deputies?
but I'm the only one that works.
Okay.
There isn't anyone else. And I'm always at least one day a week, sometimes I'm twice a week.
Okay.
It just varies, depending on my work schedule. But at least once a week I'm down here.
Okay, then for the month of December, worked 40 hours, drove 135 miles, used 9 gallons of gas. We had one written warning, one traffic speeding violation on Liberty Avenue, and town ordinance violation, and a written warning. December, anything?
No,
Okay.
everything was pretty good. I think December was the RV, wasn't November. It was in December was when we got the,
Well, yeah, I think you started it in November.
it started in November, and then per the ordinance, we had to give them 30 days. And it ended up,
We still need to get your desk moved. It's just, when we got ready to do that, the weather got bad, and so that's why it hasn't happened.
not a problem.
We're in the process, that old town hall building, that's our current marshal's office. The the Lions Club bought the building, the township's gonna buy it from the Lions Club, but the old doctor's office, and so our marshal's office is gonna move in there, and we're gonna get rid of that old building, because it's about to fall in on itself.
Okay.
We did state of Indiana did a brownfield project there, so it's clear, everything's cleaned up, ready to go. As soon as we get it empty, get the utilities shut off, and we took bids on it. Mitch Tam was the lowest bid, he's gonna tear it down.
Awesome. Gas, I assume it'll be down there by you. There be gas, are they gonna be, do we have gas for you guys down here? Do you guys provide that?
The fuel's there at the
At your
whole
maintenance
building,
building?
yeah.
We have gas and diesel there.
Correct.
Yeah. We haven't had any thefts there. That used to be a thing. Okay, Andy, did you have anything for us?
Just a couple things. I haven't sent you a 2026 representation letter yet, but
Okay,
last year's, you paid me a flat fee of $3,800 for the year. I don't think we had any litigation, but the agreement was if there is any litigation, I'd bill it $225 an hour for that. I think it's been at least 2 or 3 years since having that. And I'm happy to keep that same arrangement for 2026. And the other thing I wanted to point out is has to do with postal service, and sometimes it can affect municipalities. In a large municipality that has a utility bill, some of them choose to consider those late based on the postmark. Okay? Postal Service has changed its rule to say, no, we don't postmark based on when you actually put it in the mail now. We postmark when it got to the regional distribution area.
we know.
So, and I didn't know who all was aware of that, but I'm mentioning it to clients, municipal clients, businesses who might be inclined to look at the postmark and say this is late or whatever, because now I could go into Rochester and I could drop that thing into the box, at 1 PM. And it might not have a postmark for 3 or 4 days on it.
Yeah, and it'll take a minimum, if you're mailing it to here, it'll take a minimum of 4 days.
Yeah.
Minimum.
4. Rochester maybe 3, but from here 4 for sure,
Yeah.
yeah. And so just want everybody to be aware of that so it doesn't cause any issues for things,
You
so.
need to keep that in mind.
Oh, I have. You
Okay.
can tell from our direct deposits from the banks. They're usually a certain time, and 1 month, it was like a week later, but they're all the banks dated them before it was due, and I just waive those penalties, because it's
Okay.
not, their fault.
Yeah,
Okay,
just make you aware of that, but no, that's all I have.
okay. Now, Dave, do you know Andy Perkins? He's our town attorney, okay?
And I think Tim did a good job of summing up what I usually tell new members to a board. And that usually involves the open door law. And the other aspect of the open door law is it covers executive sessions. So if you ever need to meet in an executive session, that means a meeting that is not a public meeting. You still have to publish notice, just like you do for this meetings. But you also have to say exactly why you're meeting, and there's a list. And if the reason you want to meet does not fall on that list, you cannot have an executive session. There's no such thing as, we want an executive session because it's stuff we don't want to talk about in public. Well, that exception would swallow the rule. So you have to look at the list. And they expanded it a little bit last year. It's a little more clear that you can have an executive session to talk to your attorney, even if there is not like pending litigation. It used to be a little stricter on that. But by and large, if there's any question about that, you guys can reach out to me. I can pull the list. We can go through it to make sure. Gosh, I can't remember the last time you guys felt the need to have an executive session. It's not very common. If you ever do feel like you need to have an executive session, some groups, you get into some communities where school boards like do it every month. Well, and I understand, they tackle different things. I've always encouraged public entities, if they want to have a regular executive session, have it after the public meeting, not before. Because if you have it after the public meeting, you will find that sometimes you will end up not needing it. If you have it before the public meeting, you're a little more tempted to want to talk about stuff that really should wait for the meeting. And so it's just, they really make you walk a tightrope for executive sessions. The other issue that often is, the law that often is grouped together with the open door law is the Access to Public Records Act. So Indiana's Access to Public Records Act, or ARPA, is Indiana's version of FOIA, the Freedom of Information Act, in the federal level. So ARPA says that anyone can request a public record, and there's a way to do that, and there are definitions of record. For your purpose, what I would encourage you to do is keep in mind that any time that you send an email to someone else on the board or send an email to Valerie, you've created a public record. If someone who works for the town emails you, that's a public record. If it's easier, you can create a designated email just for this job. I don't know if you guys have that or not, but you could go on Google and set one up just for this job. That can make it easier to search if we ever get a request like that, and not mix it up with other things. But keep in mind that records aren't limited to things at the clerk treasurer's office. Communications can be considered records. So the only records, well, there's a list of things that don't have to be disclosed, but you kind of start with the presumption that it is until you have a reason that it's not the other way around. So the other thing that where the line can get a little blurry is, what if you email another board member and they email you back, and now you've emailed 15 times in one day? Is that now a meeting?
That's a serial meeting.
That at least raises some questions. A one-off email from Val saying, here's your agenda for tonight, that's the public access counselor said, that kind of thing's not a problem. But repeated conversations that just happen to be happening over email, well, you're supposed to have those conversations at public meetings, right? And so you have to be careful about that, and so you don't fall into that trap. And you can always call me if you have any questions about any of this. My communications with you are presumed to be protected by attorney-client privilege and not really subject to those things. So you and I can talk anytime if you have questions about any of that.
Okay.
Okay? That's all I have.
Okay, you got this. This was some stuff from the Lions Club. One requesting permission to use grassy areas during the Fulton, August 1st Fulton Fun Days for 3 historical displays. Displays will be revolutionary for setups. One thing, I don't have a problem with using the grassy areas. One thing is, we have a town ordinance against against having a cannon here or firing it, even if it's blanks.
Good to know.
So if it's on the park, on the township property.
I think that's, as far as I know, that's okay. As far as I know. Yeah, our firearms thing is, I mean, you're not even supposed to discharge a BB gun in town. Were you aware of that, Matt?
Somewhat, yes.
Okay.
I've read through the ordinance.
That ordinance is really, really old. Back in the day when there was riverboat traffic and they would have those pivot guns, those are even illegal in the town of Fulton. Would the town be interested in sponsoring a home patriotic decorating contest?
This is the 250th anniversary of the good old USA.
Right,
So we'd like to have a pretty strong display of that coming from the residents in the town if we possibly could.
so does that mean you want us to advertise it and then, and then judge it?
And orchestrate it. So we have.
I'll tell you the truth. Nothing against the Lions Club, you do a lot of really good things for the community, but I kind of make it a point of Fulton Fun Days to be out of town. That's just me. We'll think about that one.
Okay.
Recommendation for 1 or 2 automatic light poles in the parking lot.
That'd be a street light that comes on at dusk and goes off.
Is that here?
This parking lot,
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's very dark.
it's black at night, there's no driving.
Like Mars fell recently out there after.
I wonder if I could do some talking to RMC and us as a joint venture, maybe, or Duke, I mean, but, even a couple of our guys have left and gone to Duke, maybe could set poles, or we could do a joint venture pole, because they won't have to be huge. We could set them, just I gotta get Duke to tie in a tagline out here somewhere to feed them, you know, to power them.
and then we would have to, that would be, a bigger electric bill for the town.
It'd be very minimal, though. I mean, they're dusted donuts, they're LED, they don't take our.
They just put one up at our business, it's $12.50 a month. You put 2 up,
And that's one they own,
that's Duke's, yeah.
yeah, so
Well, once you check into that,
you could do a
David,
private one and be even cheaper yet, you know?
yeah, do
Maybe
it.
so.
Maybe we'll continue that discussion next month on that one.
Mhm.
So Dave's gonna check and we'll get back next month on that, is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Mhm.
Correct?
Mhm.
Okay.
Would the town,
I'm bringing this
what
up
would it
again.
take for the town to own the street side flower pots in order to allow town personnel to do the watering? Brian, do you want to do that?
You guys tell me to water, I'll water.
Okay,
Well, I know that when I brought it up 3 months ago, Mr. Perkins gave some legal reasons why that couldn't occur. So I thought if we donated that property to you, it would be town-owned, but we would take care of planting and storing them in the wintertime.
and putting them up, getting them out.
Yes. Yeah,
Let me think about that till next month too.
okay.
Yeah, that would fall under ghost employment. We had that discussion. I don't know that the town or township, well, the township has been using the offices. I don't know that the town is going to use it other than the marshal's office. And we're just kind of waiting for a nice day to move the furniture over there. And we already have the signs,
I know, I saw this.
and we got those just in time for the weather to turn bad, so. Soon, I can't give you a specific date.
Do you have RTC in the building there yet?
Yes,
Do.
yeah,
I thought Adam told me that he had that.
yeah, that's been done a good long time. I think Adam has the information, the password and all that stuff.
So you, as a town board president, wouldn't want to have an officer to put
I don't
things in?
intend to have regular office hours. You know, I get calls 24/7.
I don't mean office hours, but you know, don't you have probably filing cabinets full of stuff and a nice.
She does
fireplace?
that, that's her responsibility.
So then the town's not going to relocate there.
I'm not. And I don't think Val wants to, because she spends a lot of time in this building cleaning and all that, so.
Unless later in the year, I get, like a couple days
Yeah.
here and there, but yeah.
We do,
they expect me to
We do need,
clean and,
one of the small rooms to put some files in that are over in the old building right now. There's some file boxes that, they're old records that we need to keep, but we really don't have room for them here.
Well, I will have to speak to the fact that I don't think the Lions Club would have purchased this building, because we had the intent from this entity, this body, that it'd be very welcomed, and that you had said that you've been trying to get that building for a long time, so it's kind of gonna be a sore spot, I think, with the Lions Club.
Well, she's an elected official on her own. She
Yes,
does,
You have explained
she
that
can make
before.
her own decisions, so.
even working from home, I don't even have to have an office, I've
Right.
been told.
So, that might change, I don't know.
Well, that kind of brings us to this House Bill 1315. Are you familiar with that, Andy?
13, 15?
Where the townships are potentially going to be merging. And with what I'm reading from what has been already passed, it looks like that's going to transpire sometime in 28, which brings us to our mutual agreement in terms of ownership of the property at 100 East Dunn Street, where the township was potentially going to take that over as ownership. It leaves us kind of in a precarious situation as to whether the township, Liberty Township, would be merged or not. We don't know that. But if it was, then they obviously would be under a resolution of dissolution, which would mean that they probably would not have any type of responsibility per se as Liberty Township trustee. It would be a communal.
But somebody will.
Somebody will, but not.
Well, it won't be for the good. That's a nightmare.
Well, here's, this all started back under the Daniels administration, because, we had 92 counties and over 1,000 townships, and all these 1,000 townships are sitting on a pile of money. And the state would like to have that money back rather than just sit there. Plus, he doesn't want to pay that many township trustees. So so I think we kind of just need to see how this plays out.
It says in this bill that there has to be a resolution adopted no sooner than June 1st of 2026, so it's something that I know we have a meeting coming up in a couple of weeks. It's gonna have to be.
That's a remarkably short time
Yes.
frame
Yeah.
since
For a
since we're
state
still in the
government.
second half of the session.
Yeah,
And it hasn't been signed yet,
Do
so.
you need to keep your copy or can we give it?
yeah, it hasn't been signed. I think it's been through the House of Representatives and not the Senate.
Here,
Well, it started in House, but it's now in the Senate because we're past the halfway mark of that.
Okay,
So the Senate is considering it. Yeah, I got it in front of me. If, I can't, and anything could be amended to it and then it could go to conference committee, I suppose. But I can't, you think of how many townships there are. How many townships have contractual obligations of all sort? I can't imagine the General Assembly would want the headache of passing a bill that says, oh, if these two townships merge, then it's a new entity that doesn't have any contractual obligation. So in other words, if it has a contractual obligation, I know it's municipal government, it's not corporate government, but in the business world, if I buy a smaller company with my big company, I'm taking on all the contractual obligations that it has. And I just can't imagine the state would create a scenario where those go away. So I think it might be assigned, it might be now a different entity.
but I don't
imagine it
know.
don't exist.
If you look, I don't know what they're thinking, who's gonna combine with who. Are they gonna dictate that?
I'm sure they will, they'll have criteria to.
I mean,
That's what they wanna
They
do.
always-
no more than the population of this county is. Are they gonna let Rochester Township stay there and make everything else? I mean, if you combine Wayne and Liberty, that's not doing a whole lot. And White, you know, the population in Liberty is much larger than Wayne. And I don't know what's going on in Union or anything else, so I don't know.
Accordingly, they've already combined some in the larger municipalities. In the
Marion
same part of
County,
the
I
state,
understand,
northern
has
part.
done some of that, some of the southern counties have implemented some of that because of low population. But I'm not sure that that's 100% accurate, I just know what I've been told. But it does bring back to my thoughts about the ownership of the property there at 100 East Main, or East Dunn Street here, where our building's at. We tentatively have an agreement to turn that over within 3 years to the township trustee. I'm wondering if the trusteeship should be dissolved here, or whatever. Could we transfer that to the town of Fulton? And would the town of Fulton be willing to do that? Knowing that we're gonna have a marshal's office there, you potentially could have additional office and storage for what you need, as well as a place for.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. What do you think, Dave? We're just replacing an old crappy building with one that's nicer.
It's obviously better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And any entity that would take it over, we definitely want to keep it within the ability for the Lions Club and Marshall and whoever else
Right,
is there
right,
to
right.
continue to use the building.
Right.
If it were to ever to dissolve with all of those entities, say for the Lions Club, we'd want it to revert back to the Lions Club for their ownership.
Right.
Are you with me, Andy?
No, I'm still reading the blurb.
You're still reading that bill, I can tell.
Yeah, that's okay.
We can readdress that at a later time, but I think we need to make sure that this thing has to be done by June of 26, that we have something in place protecting the ownership of that building, either to the town or to the Lions Club, one or the other.
I agree.
And I'm gonna throw this out at this time. I mentioned to Adam today, and I know I said something to Phil. I'm concerned about our park, which we've worked very hard to make it a very nice park. And I would want to be that protected, even if it meant annexing it into the town. So I don't know. There's much to think about.
Well, as far as that goes, that comes down to more expense for the town that we don't have.
Okay.
Yeah, it's additional insurance and who knows whatever else that I'm not thinking of right at the minute.
Yeah.
So it's, oh boy, something else, another problem. But I do understand, you know, this is why this is happening.
Well, there's definitely pros and cons to this bill going through. Personally, I don't think it's a good bill.
There's more cons than pros by far.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of issues there that
It all comes down to
will
money.
have to be addressed.
It's all about the money.
Being a small county in impoverished county anyway, it could very likely be that everything would go under the control, perhaps the Rochester Township. And they might be looking to have increased revenue for all of the townships that were being affected, but may never see that money come down here ever again. It could stay in a more generalized area somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you know, it's not so much on Matt's side because he's city officer, but for these small townships and small towns that have these volunteer fire departments, as far as volunteer fire service goes, and as far as EMTs go, that's gonna be an entire mess, and the whole thing's gonna be a train wreck if that happens. That bill is gonna be an absolute
Yeah, I don't know that,
mess.
you know, the township and the town support our fire department, such as it is. I don't know that we can afford this, all that either,
And this could be some of the things that they're looking at,
unless
or
they're just gonna
to-
throw,
to incorporate those.
they're gonna, you know, throw cash at us, which I don't think's gonna happen.
They're just gonna incorporate 2 and 3 and 4 little small communities, and with the big ones, they're gonna consolidate.
Well, I know in Cass County, they created fire districts. And I went to some fire meetings years ago, and that was a discussion, but Fulton County didn't want to do that, so.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're kind of turning pale as you read that, Andy.
No, it's fine.
While he's researching that, we need to. These are our financials. I just kind of peruse them.
November, December, and January.
Yeah. And we can, what was the word I said we could use? We can acknowledge the existence of these and that she hasn't done, but we're not the state board of accounts, so we cannot approve them. We can discuss them, it's
Just
all.
can't approve it.
Yeah, we can't approve them, so if you wanna, you can look over those.
Is this relocation that they're discussing at this time, is it contractually written up as though that needs to be done by June 1st?
Well, that's what Andy's looking at there, so we don't. So there's actually 3 months worth of financial. statements here.
Fund report, appropriation report, and the revenue report, and the bank statements, and the bank statement should equal, for each month, that's that report.
I just, what I do is I kind of look at the account balances,
Mhm.
see, oh, yeah, okay, we got some money.
So. Does that show?
And sometime, if you have some time during the day, if you wanna come up here with, during in the morning, balance here, you could probably go over some of this stuff with you, so you can fix it. Understand this a little bit more. This. You ever an IU basketball fan?
Who is?
Were you ever an IU basketball?
I was an IU fan for him. I didn't look to beat him because I was a Purdue fan, but my father graduated from both Purdue and IU.
So here's this transparency thing and the serial meeting thing about in the state legislature about the IU board of trustees went behind everybody's back and made phone calls and they fired Knight and they didn't do it in a public meeting. So that's why we have all this stuff now.
Because it's lawyers.
Yeah. And he's here so we don't screw up.
He's an adult babysitter.
Yeah. Are you done looking at?
Where that's on top, so you see.
Okay. I think you got these messed up. What don't you need me to initial this somewhere?
Just bank statements.
Both of them?
Yeah, the auditor had us print out these 2 pages behind, and you can, the bank statements, you just find.
I've been there for you.
Yeah, and then the 2 pages from behind that, the last 2
Both of
pages.
them?
Yeah,
Both of them?
yes.
Hey, Matt,
Yes, sir.
before you take off, I have a question for you on a personal matter, not a town business matter. No, I just need your expertise on something.
Cool. I'll do my best.
In January, we'll just have the bank statements, and then shut down
You wanna make sure
December.
I got everything that you wanted there? Or needed?
Are these secondary to that? Right there to that, I remember.
These are the statements of the accounts, and I think these are, yeah. This is income, this is revenue,
Secondary to that.
yeah. This one,
Sure. For January, so you don't have any of the
okay,
back pages, the top,
just the top one,
Yeah,
okay.
till I get the computer shut down. I couldn't get the computer shut down until December's was approved.
Yeah, one last thing. Valerie, because we haven't had a meeting for the last couple of months for various reasons. She has the authority from the state of Indiana to pay the bills. Otherwise, we get critical, whatever. But these are copies of all the invoices, and we need you to make a motion to approve her to pay the bills, and then we just sign off on these.
Okay, I'll make a motion.
Okay, and I'll second, all in favor? Yeah. is that one.
Does it have to be done below yours or beside yours?
I think below is better. What do you got?
I do have the fire, do you want to look at the fire department? What Wayne Townsend gave me for the year, that's the total expense down below. And that's our yearly agreement that, the auditor had us change last, year before last. That's the agreement for this year, it's the
Okay.
same, it's not, this is not changed from last year.
Okay. I mean, we're obligated, so.
Yes, I just paid it,
Okay,
yeah.
that's not.
All right, just double checking.
Here's these. Anybody got anything else?
One thing,
Sure.
if anyone runs into someone that's on the fire department, can you let them know that we have one of their hoses? It's in the old building.
Okay.
In the lines of the building, the old one. They had left it,
I found another one of those too, but
okay.
I could get in the fire department.
Oh, perfect. I got it, last week, I think the guy was from, when they had the crash down there where the transformer blew and the fire was down there, they ended up left one of the hoses and he brought it up to
I
me.
found one under a barricade when the pole caught on fire behind Kristen's.
Okay.
And now they're trying to lift it up. So,
That was it.
Okay.
yeah,
I haven't seen any of them, but
probably tomorrow.
All right. If there's nothing else,
Motion to adjourn.
yes, I second.
Did you have
All in favor?
any more information after reading?
Well, there's a lot there. It's 22-page bill. And the Senate just today, looks like passed a different version, so it's gonna have to go back to the House. The blurb and the news article said that the House version would have shut down statewide about 600, and the Senate version uses the same procedure, but has some point system and would have only closed or only dissolved about 300. So it seems to be kind of rooted around townships that
Are
share,
sitting on millions
don't
of
have
dollars.
a regular fire department and share a population with the town. The state seems to be saying that's duplicative. So we'll see.
So can you kind of keep an eye on that? Will you please?
I can't. It looks like the House version of the bill requires a township to do something by June 1 and then gives the town, if you are in fact the designated unit, because it has to nominate a designated unit, basically say, we the township want to consolidate with the town of Fulton, as opposed to picking no one. And then the town, I think, if they don't change it, the town then has some time to respond to that with a resolution of its own.
In my mind, that would be better than townships consolidating together. It's bad enough, individual townships don't like other individual townships, so.
Yeah.
The haves and the have-nots.
Well, it's not so much that, I mean, between us and Wayne politically, we're at different poles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if it gets signed into law, you're gonna hear quite a bit about it because of the June. And it's been kind of, I think what they're doing is two things. Number one, they're taking what was always, townships have had the option to start down this road. It's putting kind of a shall, do this or not. And there's some shall for the town, because if we receive notice that the township has designated us, designated the town has to respond. It used to be, it was a may, you could just pull it off.
That's
Yeah.
in essence what our current trustee wanted to speak to you about.
Okay, yep. then I'll probably know more about it next month, I would guess.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Vote all in favor, adjourn. So